You men need to seriously shut the fuck up about feminism.
Okay, ma'am, congratulations. At the very least, you have our attention. Now, are you going to say something worthwhile to back up your claim? Or was just this another bullshit jab at men?
Last time I checked, you still run the world.
Yes, a truism that we constantly have to remind you of, in spite of the fact that you all claim that you're boss bitches and that you run the world and you're this and you're that. So, what's your point?
Feminism didn't stop you from marrying the mothers of your children.
We never said that it did. However, the overwhelming majority of men are single and childless, with the exception of the men that you all habitually choose to impregnate you in this age of your body, your choice. So you effectively choose to produce children with men who are not your husbands.
The government didn't come in and literally kick you out of homes.
Oh, so now you're getting to the black community. Well, that's not entirely true. Whereas the government didn't directly come in and snatch men out of the homes, what it did do was incentivize the women to kick the men out of the homes in favor of receiving all of this governmental assistance.
You didn't step up and take care of your families or fight for your families.
Well, why would those men do so? Way too many of you played the role of the side chick. You were having babies for men that you had one night stands with, or situationships with, or you were the mistresses. And again, this is the age of your body is your choice. So you actually made the conscious decision to have babies for men that were not your husbands. But do continue.
Feminism gave women their own bank accounts.
Or at least that's the most commonly used lie you all use to spread toxic feminist propaganda, when truth be told, women were able to not only have bank accounts, but also own property for a significant time prior to whatever you all acknowledge.
Feminism started rights towards harassment on jobs towards women.
Yes, rights that we acknowledge should be in place, because we understand the necessity for it, which oddly enough, many of you all ignore at this time as you harass, and in some instances, even SA men. But do continue.
A lot of you men keep bitching and complaining as if women are stopping you from succeeding in life. Women aren't stopping you from having careers or going to school. Women aren't running your damn lives.
And nobody is saying that you are. See, this is another one of your frequent projections. No, what the men are saying is that when you try to throw your little achievements in our faces, we recognize them for the empty achievements that they really are. I mean, when you have governmental systems and a host of special interest groups who primarily fixate on the upliftment of women, sponsored by both successful women and successful men, then of course you're supposed to succeed. You're supposed to advance in life. You're supposed to have access to higher education. You're supposed to get these degrees. You're supposed to get decent jobs. You're supposed to get your own homes and automobiles and so on and so forth, when you have so much help and so many options at your disposal. Whereas we don't get that. We have to get it how we live it. We have to fight for it. We have to go through all these circles of fire. We have to earn our way into all of these options in ways that you never have had to do so. You have been privileged, but yet you try to throw your privilege in our faces as if it's the same thing as hard fought accomplishment.
Last time I checked, you men still run the damn world, and look at the state of the world.
And that's your problem right there. You keep talking about the world as if you don't live in the most privileged country in the entire world. Women like you bitch, moan, and complain about all the things that are actually byproducts of the liberties and privileges that men have bestowed upon you. Do you realize even having the audacity to make your complaints and man bash as you do, as you've done, are a privilege that is not necessarily reflected in other parts of the world? Shut the entire fuck up.
You just want to be able to whoop our ass and do what you want without
Sorry, folks, but the original video cut off right there mid sentence where she was trying to say without consequences. To which I can only say, for women who consistently make this argument, it's kind of weird that they will simultaneously express a preference for the men who do that. Seems like they can't get enough of users, abusers, con men, criminals, felons, and just general scumbags and losers. And then after the fact, after they've already tarnished themselves, after they've pretty much destroyed their lives and brought their futures to a screeching halt, having limited themselves, having been run through, having accumulated God knows how much sexual and mental and spiritual trauma and baggage and general bullshit, up to and including having bastard children for those same men that they complain about. Then they want to call themselves circling the block back to decent, honorable men and expect those men to swoop in into their lives, become their sponsors, and become the janitors of their lives. No, ma'am. Again, this is where you prove that you should be the one to shut the fuck up and get your priorities in check, along with so many other women just like you who continuously spout this toxic, misandrist, supposedly pro-feminist bullshit rhetoric. All it is just projection after projection after projection, and you're upset because the men push back. We don't accept this nonsense. We tell you to go to hell. Like right now, ma'am, go to hell.